From an undisclosed locations, for reasons of security and insecurity, we present to you tonight MnRTV Live Show, Agenda 21, the Global Conspiracy Depopulation and a secret conspiracy to create a one-world government. But today there's been so much news in Canada, it's unreal. But without any further ado, I present to you the one and the only, the coffee monster himself, the madman from Montreal, Mario.
Rob, I'm happy to be on today. There's nowhere else I want to be more than doing this right now. The only thing that can stop me from doing this right now is if a meteor shower were to come and hit my house. But there's absolutely nothing at all that can stop me from being here, and that's why I'm excited.
Oh, for sure. And boy, do we have a lot of news to cover today. All the news that's been happening in Ottawa, which we'll be getting into a bit later on the show. But tonight we're going to be talking about Agenda 21.
What exactly is it? It's gonna come after 8. So that's when we're going to be talking about that.
About Agenda 21, the global conspiracy that they want to control the population through natural disasters, environmental disasters, and what else? Depopulation by wars, obviously famines, and all kinds of stuff.
All right, so I think we're going to, do what we do best, and that is that I'm going to, show what needs to be shown, because you don't want to see me, you want to see what I'm going to show you, right? What we're going to show you, because here at MnRTV Live Show, we work as a team, and that's it. This is who I am. I do exist because people think I don't exist out there, right, Rob?
That's right, they think you don't. But this show's been brought to you by the Montreal Anti-Illuminati Task Force in collaboration with 12160.info.
Okay, so I guess now I'm going to switch on over and show the goods. Because what would we be without them goods? Well, we'd be something, obviously, but anyhow. This is 12160.info. It's a website. You see it everywhere. Robert posts everywhere. Even I post it everywhere. And that's it. So now let me just scroll down and show you what it is.
The New World Order, and that's our blog for tonight.
Yes, because that's what we're here for. We're here to fight the New World Order and the Illuminati. So this is it. This is where you see the video. If you don't see it, just refresh. You see this. You click here. You'll see us live or when it's recorded. That's the beauty of this. In case you miss it, because there are other things to do. But if you have better things to do, come and watch us no matter what, right? And this is Chitango, right, Rob?
It's a great website right here. Yeah, a lot of action that happens on that website.
There are things to do out there, but it's good to come and see us too, because we need to show you the truth, because that's what we're here for. Us, and we'd be just talking to ourselves if we just want to talk
which we do all the time anyhow, but it's not a lot of fun.
Yes, and then we go to the M&R Productions Mariolaur blog, same principle as the other thing. You got the video here, you got Chitango. And then on the side you got, our previous videos. That's what I like about this. That's what's so special about it. And then now we'll just go right in and talk about the pictures that we post on Conspiracy Talk on Facebook and on Google+. And this is it. Let's get into the details of the beautiful pictures. See this?
Right, I see it.
Talking about it.
These are the Navy SEAL barracks in Coronado, California. Notice anything unusual? Yeah, I could notice the Nazi sign.
No, the swastika, but I don't know if it's... Because don't forget, the Nazi sign was being used even before the Germans have used it, right?
Yeah, but it's very funny. It's very, not funny in a funny sense, but it's very odd that they put it like that,
Yeah, I don't know why they would do it like that.
Yeah,
Figure
that's
people
why
don't
he's
fly in the air, right, Rob? They figure people don't fly in the air.
exactly.
The next one, slavery. It works
It,
better when they don't know they're slaves, right, Rob?
that's right. Well,
That's
yeah,
us, right?
that's us there. Yeah, like people think we're free, but we're not free, not at all. It just seems there's just an illusion that we're free, but we're not. It's
Well,
even worse. If we knew we were slaves, at least we know. Now we don't know. We think we're free, so they get away with it more.
you know, we're part of the matrix. Being slaves is part of the matrix, and we're in it, and I'm fed up of it, and people don't understand that, and people don't need to question me. Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you guys doing what you're doing? Because you know what, we're fed up of being slaves and in chains like that, because that's what we are. Technically we're slaves to money and everything that comes with money. We're slaves.
Oh yes, for sure.
But we don't want to harm other human beings like ourselves, because we are precious. Everybody. The next bit, getting back to this evil person.
Yeah, Matthew 19:21. Jesus answered, "If you want to be perfect, go sell your possessions and give to the poor, and you will have treasure in heaven. Then come, follow me." You're doing it wrong.
That's right, because the Pope, look at him sitting on a chair full of gold, and look at what's next to him. A poor child starving to death. Shame on the Pope. Shame on the people that give money to the Pope. Shame on the blind people too.
Starving and naked. Starving naked. Yeah, exactly.
The
Very.
next piece of picture that is very interesting. Look on the top, but never mind the first picture, the one where you see the CDI protocol. Trust me, I'm from
Yeah,
the government.
everybody is in costume except one guy.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so could we take this serious? That's the question.
I don't know. Really, I don't know. I think that it's somewhere in the middle. There is something to worry about, but you know, they want to contaminate everybody, like many people. So I think basically they're doing it all wrong. And like, look at this picture. Don't they realize?
Where did these guys come from? Honestly,
Where they hired from?
this guy, he's just standing there. What, he's not afraid to contract it? And then you know what kills me? These guys that are wearing the suit, right?
Yeah.
Who takes it off of them? One guy. But there's always someone that has to be dressed up to take out the suit, you know? You understand?
Yeah.
It's a chain that never ends.
Exactly.
Anyways, if you tell me it's all bull. It's all bull, and it's all donkey.
Manure.
The next picture that everybody seems to be talking about.
90 years of serving Satan. Happy 90th birthday. Almost time to meet your master. And there we have Bush Sr. and Bush Jr.
Their master would be Satan.
Exactly. And
And
did they ever do a lot of talking, eh?
oh man, and a lot of people that they killed, these guys.
Oh yeah. With the wars.
Now this picture, getting back to Ebola, this is what you chose to highlight.
Right here, yeah. The Ebola pandemic is false, and it talks a lot about what Ebola is dangerous, but it is the vaccine that is the real threat. Learn and live. It's terrible.
I know, well, I wouldn't take the vaccine. I keep posting it up. I don't suggest nobody takes the vaccine, because they're actually going to put Ebola in there, and they're going to put it inside you. So what's the logic of this?
There's
That's
no logic. There's no logic to it at all. None whatsoever.
Next. Sweep
Yeah.
on next. This picture now with Kennedy. We can't go on without the most famous and greatest president United States have ever had, right?
Yes, this is your last warning. One day after I am long gone, you will remember me and say we should have stopped the nuclear program of Israel, abolished the Federal Reserve, and kicked all secret societies, usurpers, Zionists out of our wonderful country to keep it that way. But it is never too late. Just remember it. John F. Kennedy. And did he ever pay for what he did?
Now
The Fed.
this is the truth about Kennedy. This is why he died. Because he wanted to end the feds. In case people out there, oh, what are you guys talking about? You guys don't know what you're talking about. We know what we're talking about. That's why we're out doing these shows, because we know exactly what the hell we're talking about. In this picture, put it in your heads, look at it a million times if you have to. Put on your screensaver on your wall, wallpaper, whatever you want to do. Just keep looking at it, because this is the truth. This is it, right?
Exactly.
So that's basically the pictures of the week.
Exactly. And now we're gonna get into the news.
No, Rob. Before we get into the news.
Well, yeah.
Get into the news. We cannot, go without this,
The Conspiracy Talk on Facebook, and there's 98 new members in recent days. Right here, we can see it. Keeps growing and growing.
Now, there's something I want to talk about. I don't know if it's going to come up, but here's our showcase, for the people out there that are new. Robert always pins it up there. So, and mind you, he does it. I do the same thing in Google Plus's Conspiracy Talk. It's right there. Now, I want to say something. I brought up a picture that I found. I don't know. Yeah, that's the man that killed. Wait, before I get there, let's just go down. We'll probably get it. Okay. Robert, you think Chuck Missler? You see any?
Yeah. Deceptions of Islam. Okay.
There's a lot of goodies on this group. I just love it. We can spend hours and hours on it, right?
We do. I mean, the world of information that we create, that you guys, our viewers, can join in the information and make it grow.
And there's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I did this picture right here. This is what I want to talk about.
Yes, New Age is satanic. Go ahead.
No, the thing is, it's good to meditate. Okay, this is what I said. I wrote it somewhere in here because it was just too long. It's very, very too long. Look how many people have wrote. 212 people have wrote on here. And someone asked me, well, what's wrong with meditating? There's nothing wrong with meditating. Just make sure you do not meditate on Satan. Know who you're meditating to, because he wants to be meditated upon. He wants you to open up the doors to him. That's why there's pentagrams, right? Lucifer wants to be meditated upon. Just be careful who you're meditating on. That's all I have to say. You have anything to add to this, Rob?
Well, I used to do meditation last year, and as people know, when I did it, what happened was I opened up doorways to some entities, and it was not very good. So I stopped doing it, and I don't plan on doing it again.
Yeah, well, we had Russ Dizdar who came on our show, and he told you, because I was trying to convince you, saying, "Oh, Rob, stay away from that. I recommend you stay away from it." And you got angry at me, and you're like, "Really, no," and this and that. So then I said, "You know what? Let's ask the professionals out there." And the professional is Russ Dizdar, and he opened up the door to you, and he told you,
I have to thank you very much for that, and that was like about a year ago. Today, pardon?
It was before Halloween. Now, and people have the guts to come and ask me and ask me, "What is that good? What you put up there? Is it good? Is it legit? What are you talking about? Why do you copy paste and put stuff on there?" Listen, I find them, like most of the people on this group. You find them and you post it on there. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing. We're just copy pasting the information, and we're sharing information.
Just like 50 Cent got Ebola, and people were getting angry, you know, because it wasn't true. But I had just found it, and I was going to bed that night, and I just put it up, wondering if it was true or not, because I didn't see anything on the internet. I figured maybe it's probably a false thing, but if it was true, at least we had the information out there.
Anyways, that's why we made this group, to share information. If you do not like these people, you don't have to stay. There's an option on the top which says leave the group. We don't care. We want business. We're there to show people the truth. We want to get the truth out. We're sick and tired of staying in this matrix that we're tied down to, you know, and we want to wake up because we woken up and we want the world to wake up. Now, if people want to keep sleeping and enjoying their freaking servitude, which is their, what, cell phones?
Cell phones, sports, entertainment, and so on and so forth.
But anyways, that's all really I have to say about that. It's sad. It's real sad that people have to question us on stuff like that. You know? Anyhow, that's it for me for that. But now we're going to get into the news, right?
Yes, right here.
Right here. Exactly.
And yeah, Canadian soldier dies in Quebec, attack linked to terrorist ideology. Yeah,
now,
and this.
You don't have to read this.
No. We're say that this guy is from Montreal, 32 years old, Michael Bibo.
Well, no, but this is yesterday's. I'm posting up yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Shoot.
Because no, it's okay. I mean, it's okay. The next one coming up is going to be recent. Yeah. This one's from yesterday. Mariolaur, another one from, you know, Quebec.
And he's tied to ISIS also. The thing that happened on Monday.
Yeah.
And it says here, who is Quebec terror-linked suspect Martin Rouleau? Exactly. Who is he? You know, that's the thing. And apparently he was one of the 90 people that were being monitored, being watched.
Well, you know what's sad is, like, they were showing what he does on Facebook, and what he does is basically, well, what he did was basically what we're doing, posting up pictures. But people, you know what? I have to tell you one thing. Robert and myself, we do not want anybody hurt. Every life is important. Life is beautiful. You know, we have to get that out, because people might dare, you know, oh, these guys, they're like him. No. We're nothing like these guys. We're not radicals. We're Christians. Well, I know I am, and I'm sure you are, Rob. I'm a Christian.
Yes,
I will behave as a Christian. Look, now, I always get attacked for being Christian, you know, because I want peace, and I don't want military going to other countries to kill people, innocent people, and to kill themselves on top of that. I want the military to stay home, and they have to protect against terrorists that come from abroad here. That's where military comes in. But if the military is going to go in another piece of land to kill people, no, I'm against that. I'm sorry. You know, I'm against killing here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, we don't want no one dead. You know, nobody at all.
No, we're you know, we're just struggling in life, right? We're just struggling in life.
Exactly.
Now we get to today's shooting. Unfortunately, this is real sad. You know, one of a soldier died, 24, young guy, had a whole life ahead of him. And he had to
Michael Zehaf Bibo who openly fired on Canadian Parliament in terrifying attack that left Capitol on lockdown. Yeah, that's the big news of this morning. He was born in Quebec, but reportedly recently converted to Islam and had his passport seized after being designated a high-risk traveler. Witness account of the suspect include descriptions of him as short, with long hair, overweight, wearing a dark jacket and Arabic scarf. Yes, Mario?
No, it's like who put these people up to this? You know, let's get to the basic here. You know, it's the Illuminati. They're the ones that put up
Well, they
And
control both sides of it. They've created ISIS, and they've created radical Islam, and they've created just about everything. And who knows? Maybe this guy was either brainwashed or was MK Ultra.
well, let's also not forget. Let's also not forget who funded these Islamic radicals back then. You know, well,
CIA.
we spoke about that. The United States, because they wanted them to go and fight against Russia, which was the enemy back in the time when there was
War.
Cold War.
Yeah.
So, and now you know what's happening. Now they're coming and biting.
Yeah, and now he shot Corporal Nathan Cirillo, a 24-year-old father, as he stood guard at the war memorial on Wednesday morning.
Now that's sad. This is a shame, you know.
Did
And
you
there
see the
he is.
video? Yeah, did you see the video where they're going inside the parliament? There's all these shots going bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, for sure I seen that. That's all I saw today.
Look at him. He looks like such a kind person and a dog lover too.
You know, it's like these people don't respect the military. They're human people after all.
It's just yeah, exactly. And the guy that shot, he's tied into ISIS, and in which ISIS did say that there was chatter. I don't know if you heard about it. There was chatter. The United States said that they heard that there was chatter of an attack inside inside Canada.
Yeah, but Rob, hold on here a second. Who's saying this news? Is it coming from Reuters? Is it coming from
The
CNN?
mainstream news obviously always says that after an attack, or there was chatter.
And you
They
know who
always said
controls?
after 9/11.
And you know who controls? We all know, but for the people that don't know, it's all being controlled by the Illuminati. They're the ones controlling, you know, what the mainstream news is getting out there.
And I noticed there was a lot of like in the news they kept showing it and showing it and showing it like the gunshots going inside the parliament. If it's a fear, you know, it's as if they're
So as if they're programming.
in the news. All there is ISIS, Ebola, and for the past few days or maybe it's been like a lot of Ebola, and now ISIS is coming back. You know, so it's like they switch.
Well, it's all that. It's only about that. It's about fear, programming it in your head. Look, this is why we're going, and people are no, they shouldn't go. Oh, no, 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 they shouldn't go. Yeah, but look, this is what happened. They have to go. So to Iraq and all those countries that the Illuminati doesn't have control over, Rothschilds doesn't have control over, and that's what it all comes down to. It's back to the basic. I know I'm repeating myself show after show, but you know what? We have to repeat ourselves here on MnRTV Live Show because we want to get the message across to people. And the reason why they're there is because there's 7 countries right now that are not controlled by the Rothschild, and you know that's why they're there.
Exactly, and China did some fighter planes to Iraq, and now we're in a war. When Harper said that we're in a war, we are in a war. So you could expect developments like this to happen. And I hope there's no more of this.
Well, did
It
you
could have been a
hear?
bloodbath. It could have been a bloodbath that happened.
You heard what they said, that they don't want the soldiers
Yeah.
to go out wearing their army uniform. They don't want, because then they're targets. Now that's pretty sad if you ask me.
I know. It's terrible news.
You know what though? Whenever I would see a soldier walking, I kind of felt respect for the guy. I will always have respect. Like I see them, I feel like saluting them, thanking them.
Yeah.
You have to be respectful in life. I always say that to people, whether you like it or not. They always have to show respect.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure someone, Don Cherry, is going to be saying good things about this guy, saying that it's a sad loss.
But it certainly is a sad loss.
And there it is. There's the shooting. But we're not going to get too much into this, Rob, because, like I told you, I'm sure that people on CNN must have seen this like countless times, and we don't want to bring out the mainstream news. So I guess that's it for that, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's news, breaking news, 8 hours, you know, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of information out there coming as we're speaking on the shooting in Canada, Ottawa. And in the other news,
wait, hold on, all that because they want to get the guns and have gun control. But anyhow, moving to the first
news bit right here. Israeli company ready to produce drug to cure Ebola. An Israeli biopharmaceutical company said that it has the resources to produce ZMapp, the drug that can potentially cure Ebola. The death toll from the Ebola epidemic has climbed above 2,000, the World Health Organization said Friday, as it voiced hopes a vaccine could be available in November. However, supply of experimental medicines, including the prototype drug ZMapp, are limited and will not be sufficient for several months to come, the World Health Organization warned Friday. Protalix, an Israeli biopharmaceutical company, said that it has the resources to produce the coveted ZMapp, which has recently run out. Israeli site The Times of Israel sightings Channel 2 TV said Sunday.
So basically, for them to have created this antivirus, we could say, right, because or vaccine, obviously, was it them that produced this Ebola thing? I don't know. I'm just saying, you know, normally there's always, the creator is never too far away from the creator of the vaccine. No?
Well, yeah, you have to have a vaccine. You have to, if you want to, you have to have an antidote if you create something in order to control it.
I don't know. I find that very, very odd. But that was our tidbit on Ebola, which is well, no, actually, there's something else popping up with Ebola that you mentioned before, Rob.
Yeah, 50 Cent diagnosed with Ebola virus after a trip to Africa, and obviously this information is wrong. There was no nothing did happen with 50 Cent. It was just a satire thing, but people got angry, you know, that I posted it. But like I said, I was going to bed that night and I just seen it. So I said, okay, let me put it up, ask if it's true or not.
Now, Rob, getting back to what we post on Facebook, all right? Rob?
Yeah?
Okay, because I saw you flicking off. Anyhow, what we post on Facebook, if you do not like what you see on Facebook, on our group, it's simple. It's very, very simple. Go to the next post, and if you don't like that post, you go to the next post. Kind of like a television, right? You just flick the channel, and you go to the next channel. It's very simple.
That's all you've got to do when it comes out to it. If you don't like it, I mean, sometimes I see stuff on conspiracy talk I don't like, or it's just not I don't like, it's just something that doesn't interest me. You know, I just go to it. You know, I'll go to the next one. You know, I mean, I can't like everything. You know, but people are kind enough to post stuff up to please everybody. You know.
Well, like another thing too is as long as they're not spamming, it's
like sunglasses. Like we keep getting sunglasses all the time. That and trolling. It's a known conspiracy talk.
I hate getting trolled, eh? You don't know how much, Rob, I despise getting trolled.
I know. So do I.
It really bothers me, man, because it's like, leave me alone already. It's like, these guys, get a life, for Pete's sakes. Okay, the next thing, it's on what you like, what you go crazy over. You're a fan of this thing.
Yes. Claims that Jack the Ripper has been unmasked by DNA evidence as a post-immigrant barber is wrong, says experts. Well, because last month there was a claim that Aaron Kosminski was the Ripper, but the DNA experts claim analysis which unmasked Jack the Ripper was wrong. they have identified an error of non-molecular in scientists' analysis of DNA. Error could be down to putting decimal point in wrong place, expert says. Identity of notorious killer still a mystery 126 years after strings of murders. Yeah, so we're still back to
square one.
Well, one, but it does not. It still doesn't take away the candidity of Aaron Kosminski as being the Ripper. Just not with this information, because the shawl that they examined it's not even there. They don't even. It didn't even exist. I mean, it wasn't even at any crime scenes. It's just all prefabricated. There was no shawl at Catherine Edels's murder, you know, and that's why this makes it seem unlikely. And how many people did touch the shawl? Where did it come from, you know? It's just more nonsense of it. It's just, you know, just one more thing that adds to the mystery of Jack the Ripper. Anything you have to add to this, Mario?
No, it's as if they want to get out their names out there. That's why they're doing this. That's what I find, like, you know, selling books, you know?
Or for money.
Well, that's what it comes down to, selling books, making money. So they're going to come out and find any evidence and just throw it out there. You know, some people said yesterday on the Conspiracy Talk, they were accusing us for, you know, or conspiracy that Illuminati is out there to make money. I don't know. So Illuminati isn't there for making money. They're actually there to take our money away from us, to make us poor, to want to, you know,
control. Yeah, exactly. Control.
Anyhow, so that's it with that Jack the Ripper, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, by the way, the links that I'm posting up here will be in the bottom in the description.
And
right?
we've done a show on Jack the Ripper in one of our past shows with author Rob House. All right.
Okay, so now we're going to be going into UFOs. Oh, you know what? These people that call me while I'm doing the show, don't they know I'm doing the show?
I just got to call myself too before.
That's like, come on. It was an automated voice too. So this is, I love, you know what? I love the name of this website. Open
Mind.
That's what we are. That's why we're posting stuff up on the Conspiracy Talk, because we're open mind people.
That's right.
Now we're talking UFOs, by the way. We're into UFOs.
West Virginia witness files UFO video of object near recent marmot sighting. And what is this object over here that I see in front of the screen?
Well, it's a UFO from the bottom.
Oof.
So you see there are UFOs all over the world. What are these UFOs? People don't realize what UFOs are. There could be two things behind them, but we're not going to go deep into it. But it could be either reverse engineering, which has humans inside, or it could be aliens, which are fallen angels.
Interdimensional beings.
So that's it with that. There's nothing much really we want to get deep into this, but just to tell you that there's a lot of UFOs going on. Keep looking at the sky, people. You know, enough fighting on Facebook. Just look on the sky. Well, Facebook on the Conspiracy Talk. Look in the sky, because there's a lot of things happening up there that we don't notice it.
Yeah,
right?
Stuff is happening that defies the physical realities of gravity. So that's something to wonder what's going on. What the heck is going on?
Speaking of what's going on in space, look at this. Look at the title of this.
NASA releases actual sound recordings from space, and they're spine-chilling.
Yeah, there's actually sounds, and I heard the video. It's kind of creepy, you know.
What kind of sounds were they?
Right here, but we can't play the video. By the way, do leave comments underneath the video, underneath this video when it gets recorded.
Oh, recording, yeah.
Yeah, so there's actually sounds that are emitted from space.
But they're scary sounds.
Creepy. You're saying, well, how come there's sounds like this up in the sky, up in the heavens. You know, you ask yourself that. So it's something else, Rob.
I know it is, oh, for sure.
It's really something else. It's cool, actually. The next piece
Of information.
from RT.
From RT, U.S. Japan to blows to space corporation over Chinese threat. It's a while we haven't heard anything about the Chinese threat.
Yeah, but China's like, are they? This is what I don't understand now. Are they doing this because China's a threat, or the outer space aliens are a threat? Now that's the question.
In cahoots, both, I say.
And NASA, we can't really trust NASA, could we?
Oh, NASA, never a straight answer. NASA, we can't at all.
Now I don't know if there's anything on this this piece of news work that's interesting. And speaking of news work,
yeah,
guess who just wrote to me? I just got something. I'm sure everybody out there got something.
Oh yeah, really. Let me check. Did I get something too? Could it be? I got something here. Let me see. Can't check now. Yeah, I got it from the man, Alex Jones. Did you get it too?
Now, the thing that pisses me off is Alex Jones. If you're listening to the MnRTV Live Show, why must you send us emails while we're doing the show? We don't do that to you, right? So why are you doing
it? Every time, always at 8 o'clock, on 8 o'clock, on when we do our show, Mr. Alex Jones sends us a show, an email.
I'm sure everybody out there is getting the show. It's like, it's not cool because people want to watch us, but they're getting distracted by Alex Jones. But it's okay because it's Alex Jones, right?
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So that's it with that, and we're going to do one last, just before Trish, because Trish is like, I hear her complaining in the back over there. She's like, when am I going to come on? So you'll be on soon, Trish. Don't go too far. You can go get me a coffee, but, you know, don't go too far. Anyhow, the next and the last news before the break, and we'll start it with Bigfoot, yes.
If it exists here, where's to find it? And then we see the most famous picture of Bigfoot right here. The Gulf Coast.
There's actually places where you'll see Bigfoot mentioned. We'll see it.
Yeah, the Gulf Coast Bigfoot Research Organization is convinced that not only is there a Bigfoot, but are in fact big feet scattered across the countryside, even as many as 30,000 creatures. A number they admit is a wild guess, from the Pacific Northwest to across to South Texas to Georgia. So they're saying there's 30,000 of these creatures.
Yep.
How come we can't even find one?
Because we're living in the wrong places. That's why I'm saying. That's why now I'm gonna post it, and you'll see. You'll say, this is interesting, you know?
Okay. Go ahead. Because, I mean, 30,000, that's a lot. That's a heck of a lot of Bigfoots.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just getting down there to see where. There you go. Northwest Louisiana.
Monster Central, Louisiana.
East Texas.
Between Texas and Louisiana, East Texas.
Southeast Oklahoma. If anybody lives in these areas, you can encounter.
Mississippi.
Yes, you can encounter a Bigfoot. That would be cool. How about that? You go out and you encounter Bigfoot. Arkansas, Georgia.
Georgia, Washington State, Northern California, right there. Wow.
Those are the places. But I'm surprised. You know what? I'm surprised that there isn't any in Colorado. That's where they're normally known for being, you know?
And in Canada. Okay. It would be known as the Yeti monster, I believe. I think.
Yeah.
In Canada.
How come?
I think the Yeti is in the Himalayas. It would be known as the abominable snowman. I would think.
Yeah, you're right about that. Oh, there's something else before I forget. Before I forget, I'm glad I was checking this piece of article. How could I forget?
Oh yeah, right here. A man sentenced to death asks for a child as his last meal. That's very, very, very mind disturbing. And look at this person's face right here.
What is this guy, a cannibal?
Yeah. I think he's a cannibal, pedophile. I don't know what you want to call him, but he's something else. Dolph Stephaner, a cannibal pedophile sentenced to death in Texas, asked the weekend as his last meal a little boy. Man that will be executed by lethal injection next week, filling his application stating that he wanted to jail a maximum of 8 years of 8 years old child. He also said he refused the child to be of Asian origin. Oh God, that is sick.
Rob, we're living in hard times,
And
crazy times, also interesting times, because this means that, you know, this is not normal. This is not normal. That's why I'm saying we're living in interesting times, because this is not normal. This is kind of like biblical. We're cannibalism. You realize cannibalism?
it states in the Bible that God hates if you do that, not to eat each other.
Well, that's what they did before the flood, and people are doing it now, still, and they like doing this stuff. Oh man, sick world.
Very.
Poor us. Poor us. But that's it for that. I'm glad I found that again, because I know you sent it to me, but I'm glad I found it, I didn't push it behind because it happened. Okay, so now we're gonna get Trish.
Yeah, get Trish, and we'll be back after the break. And when we come back, we'll be talking about Agenda 21.
And don't go too far, people. Here's Trish.
UNEP Chief first addresses first session of IPVES plenary meeting preamble introduction combating poverty, changing consumption patterns, demographic dynamics, and sustainability protection and promotion of human health, promoting sustainable human settlement, development, integrating environment and development in decision-making, protection of the atmosphere, integrated approach to the planning and management of land resources, combating deforestation, managing fragile ecosystems, combating desertification and drought, managing fragile ecosystems, sustainable mountain development, promoting sustainable agriculture and rural development, conservation of biological diversity, environmentally sound management of biotechnology, protection of the oceans, all kinds of seas, including enclosed and semi-enclosed seas and coastal areas, and the protection, rational use, and development of their living resources, protection of the quality and supply of fresh water resources, application of integrated approaches to the development, management and use of water resources, environmentally sound management of toxic chemicals, including prevention of illegal international traffic in toxic and dangerous products, environmentally sound management of hazardous wastes, including prevention of illegal international traffic in hazardous wastes, environmentally sound management of solid waste and sewage-related issues, safe and environmentally sound management of radioactive wastes, preamble to Section 3, Global Action for Women Towards Sustainable and Equitable Development, Children and Youth in Sustainable Development, recognizing and strengthening the role of Indigenous people and their communities, strengthening the role of non-governmental organizations, partners for sustainable development, local authorities, initiatives in support of Agenda 21, strengthening the role of workers and their trade unions, strengthening the role of business and industry, scientific and technological communities, strengthening the role of farmers, financial resources and mechanisms, transfer of environmentally sound technology, cooperation and capacity building, science for sustainable development, promoting education, public awareness and training, national mechanisms and international cooperation for capacity building, international institutional arrangements, international legal instruments and mechanisms, information for decision making.
Thank you, thank you very much, Trish. You don't know how much it means to us that you come on and talk. You know, it's always nice hearing a female's voice, right?
Exactly. Instead of always seeing our voices all the time, you know.
That spice to the
That
show.
spice up is nice. Exactly.
This is healthy, they say.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we're going to be talking about the global conspiracy, depopulation, and the secret conspiracy to create a one-world government using Agenda 21. And my God, do we have a lot of information to share with you tonight.
Shall we commence, Rob? Because the information is just too much out there.
Let's get the information flowing for all our viewers all over the world right now, because this is a global transmission right here.
Our wonderful viewers, you guys are the best. Don't you forget that. Anyhow, here she is.
Global depopulation strategy. Here is an excerpt of a UN document and proof that the United Nations considers human population its business. Population growth rates that have been declining globally, largely as a result of expanded basic education and healthcare. That trend is projected to lead a stable world population in the middle of the 21st century. The current decline in population growth rates must be further promoted through national and international policies that promote economic development, social development, environmental protection, and poverty eradication, particularly the further expansions of basic education with full and equal access for girls and women, and healthcare, including reproductive healthcare, including both family planning and sexual health consistence. And then it says UN document S1920, program of the further implementation of Agenda 21. Yes, they dress up the language that it appears as though Agenda 21 is a pleasant thing, helping women and children. Yeah, right. It is really a good idea to put a bureaucracy in charge of human reproduction and population, as if humans were merely chattel. The Georgia Guidestones. Now, we've talked about the Georgia Guidestones in the past. It's like a Stonehenge monument that was built in 1979. And here are the rules of. I'm not going to go through them all. I mean, it's right there, and the top 10 of them, the top 10 rules of what they want to do, the New World Order, Agenda 21. And number 10 is very important. Be not a cancer of the earth. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. So a population of 500,000 is ideal. That only means 6.5 billion have to die. To do this, the government around the world are adopting soft kill tactics such as Codex Alimentrix, vaccines, and chemtrails.
And that's what they're doing right now.
Well, yeah. Well, with the vaccines, exactly. You're trying to implement vaccines. That's what they're doing with Agenda 21. Gosh, isn't it evil?
But Rob, I wonder what's stopping them from wanting to go forth with this plan of theirs.
Well, they've been derailed a bit, you know. They're behind their schedules. The Illuminati's behind their schedules, maybe because of people like us. I'm not saying just you and I. Maybe people like us that are trying to, because of the internet and everything, we're exposing this.
And our viewers too. They know who they are. Right?
Exactly. We appreciate each and every one of you viewers for watching us. We're not here for ourselves. We're here to promote the truth and spread the word of what's going on.
And let's not forget the people that are on the conspiracy talk. Well, you know, they know who they are. I'm sure that there are some phony people on there, because a lot of people on there come on and say, what the hell is this? What is Illuminati? What brings you into the group if you don't know what Illuminati is?
Exactly.
And you have to do your homework before making fun of people on the group.
Yeah, exactly. We had a few people like that didn't think Illuminati existed, and what we had done is I had given them proof and the John F. Kennedy speech, and they said I took it out of context. How can you take it out of context when it plainly states that there are secret societies that control hidden powers beyond government officials and beyond Obama and President of the United States? And I don't know. I just think that this person was a government-paid troll. Simple as that.
You know what happens when you're the best, eh? These guys come after you, and we're all the best. All the ones that are true viewers, spectators, you know.
Exactly. For sure. But all right.
The next, hold on, Rob, let me just focus, and the next one will make a couple of our viewers very happy because it comes from the Blade. But why do they keep giving us these ads? Why? Why must they give us the ads for?
I don't know. Are you able to?
Okay, I'm able to. Everything is possible. Yeah, the Blade, you see?
Why is Agenda 21? After watching this, you may not want to know. Those who follow Glenn Beck might be aware that Tuesday marks the release of his latest book, Agenda 21. The suspenseful and perhaps sobering tale of a futuristic America. But this is a book that came out in 2012, folks. It's not recent. But the article, we have to talk about this. It was a UN-led program spawned an authoritarian state where individuals are stripped of all personal rights and freedoms. Ali Beck's novel is not simply a work of fiction, but based on an actual program created by the United Nations of the very same name, Agenda 21, which, according to the UN's own website, is a comprehensive plan of action to be taken globally, nationally, locally, by organizations of the United Nations, systems, governments, and major groups in every area in which human impacts on the environment. In so many words, the United Nations seeks to cope via individual governments and eventually a one-world government, privately held land under the auspices of ensuring its sustainability. Worse still, the UN's Agenda 21 has laid out plans for depopulation, or rather population control. If it sounds something like a George Orwell's 1984, this is because Agenda 21's tenets are eerily in line with the demented alternate reality Orwell himself had imagined while scribing the pages of his famous novel. That's what they want to do. They want decision makings on women, independence, indigenous people, the elderly, and the disabled. And it's really a wonderful book. I urge everybody to look at this book because I want to know more about Agenda 21 because they have a lot of information about providing adequate shelter to all, promoting sustainable land use planning management, improving human settled management. It just goes on and on. But the way that they want to do it is they want to make it sound like Agenda 21 is something good, something like they feed the candy, it's good, but in reality it's a poison. They're not going to go about it in a mean fascist way. They're going to do it in a nice, yeah, take this. No, it's all good for you. Take it. Go ahead. And then once it's too late, the poison's in you. Well, you've got it.
Kind of like fluoride.
Yeah, exactly. Well, fluoride is a part of Agenda 21.
And this is Glenn Beck. You know, he's a hero to many people, Glenn Beck, right?
Yes, he is.
When I grow up, I want to be just like Glenn Beck.
What's the matter?
When I grow up, I want to be just like Glenn Beck. That's what I said.
Okay.
I like Glenn Beck. Anyhow, so that's it with that piece of work. I like that, Rob. I like that. That was a good finding. Thank you very much. Speaking of another hero, right there.
Alex Jones, Agenda 21, the BLM land grabbing endgame.
You know, we cannot go on an MnRTV live show without talking about Alex Jones, right?
Yeah, I know. Very controversial character. And there's a map right there.
It looks like a pizza map. It looks like pizza forming United States over there.
It's getting me hungry, even though I'm not hungry.
I know. Look at that. It's a red and yellow. The cheese and the tomatoes right there.
And why is the federal government so obsessed with grabbing more land? After all, the federal government already owns more than 40% of the land in 9 different U.S. states. Why are federal bureaucrats so determined to grab even more? Well, the truth is that this all becomes more clearer once you understand that there is a very twisted philosophy behind what they are doing. It's commonly known as Agenda 21. Although many names and labels are used for this particular philosophy, basically those that hold to this form of radical environmentalist believe that humanity is utterly destroying the planet, and therefore the goal should be to create a world where literally everything that we do is tightly monitored and controlled by control freaks, bureaucrats of the same name as sustainable development. In their vision of the future, the human population will be greatly reduced and human activity will be limited to strictly regulated urban areas and travel corridors. The rest of the planet will be left to nature. To achieve this goal, a massive transfer of land from private landowners to the federal government will be necessary. So yeah, that's what they want to control more of the land, and we saw on the map previously up there what they want to do. The pizza map, the United States pizza map.
Yeah, we can't forget about that.
No, that is something that they want to take control of the land, and they will also want to. So like that, you know, they'll take your land away. That's why they want to take all these false flag operations happen, because they want to take your guns away, and that like that you can't fight anymore. And then after that, they could take the land away.
And it's coming, and they're taking their rights away from the people. The amendment, the Constitution, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just going down here. I don't know if there's anything else or.
Let me see. No, that looks like a fine pizza map right here. No, that's it for this piece of information right here. People can see if they want to know more. They'll be up there.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a piece of pie information, right?
A pizza pie. Yeah, exactly. And if I wasn't so sick, I'd want to eat some too.
Yeah. Nothing's more tasty than a good cooked in the oven, baked in the oven pizza. That with a cup of coffee, nothing tastes better for me. Now that makes my life very interesting, doesn't it? Doesn't it does to Robert?
Yes, it does. All right.
The next
information right here is Agenda 21, the Illuminati Depopulation Agenda. While the global elite construct underground bunkers, eat organic, and hoard seeds in Arctic vaults, the global poor are being slowly starved thanks to highly commodity-priced and poisoned with genetically modified GMO food. Excerpted from Chapter 13. Persian Gulf, big oil and their bankers in the Persian Gulf. Austerity, which measures aimed largely at the poor, are being imposed on all the nations of the world. Weather events grow more deadly and brush fire was more frequent. An AK-47 can be obtained for $49 in the market of West Africa. The depopulation campaign of the inbred Illuminati bankers is accelerating. In 1957, President Dwight Eisenhower, who later warned of a military-industrial complex, commissioned a panel of scientists to study the issue of overpopulation. So that's it.
Why must they pick on us all the time? Why do they have to pick on us, the population? Let us go. You know, the world's vast. It's huge. We have a right to live.
Yeah, and they don't want us to live. They want to depopulate us with viruses and a decrease, you know, and little by little, by just about everything that they're creating. And there's all the bills that they have right there, ways of controlling us with medicines. To, you know, they have medicines that make us more sick than the deadly virus. And it talks about the AIDS virus that was first administered throughout a massive smallpox vaccine in 1977.
And you cannot forget, Rob, what's the #1 killer? Easily the #1 killer for me.
Diabetes.
Stress, my friend. Stress. Everybody is immune to getting stressed one day or another in their lives, and stress is the #1 killer. And these efforts that we can call them, they're trying to kill us by stressing us.
Yeah, they are, exactly. Oh,
I'm
for
just
sure.
going down.
And everybody has stress. And trust me, I know how stress works, and it's not something that's good at all, at all, at all.
I don't know, I'm just going down here.
It just talks about the intellectual force behind the introduction of AIDS was at the Bilderberg Group, which became the fixated on population control after World War II. At these Bilderberg meetings, that's what they have. They have meetings about Agenda 21 and how they can get rid of us. Agenda 21 for the 21st century, how they want to live for the 21st century. But you know, the global elite are a bunch of psychopaths with no remorse, probably no soul.
But they're billionaires, they're quadruplelaires, and whatever you want to call them.
Yeah. Look, the Bilderbergs were behind the hate Kissinger depopulation policy. Again, Henry Kissinger's name comes up in this. One of the Illuminati, one of the global elite himself.
He's a very evil, wicked man, right?
Oh, for sure, exactly. And the stuff that he does, we're not gonna get into it now because it's so vile. But we've spoken about it before on the show. But yeah, they have all these laws right here. What they want to do, they want to kill like put all their males into fighting and kill significant numbers of fertile childbearing females. Isn't it sick what they want to do?
It's sick, it's a shame, it's sad.
Cause wars like that wars, a lot of male soldiers go to war and then the soldiers get killed, and that's a depopulation in its own way. And also they do this at Iron Mountain. It's a huge underground corporate nuclear shelter near Hudson, New York, where CFR think tank, the Hudson Institute, is located. The bunker contains redundant offices in case of nuclear attack for ExxonMobil, Royal Dutch Shell, and JP Morgan Chase.
Bankers, of course, bankers.
Yeah, the bankers that are behind all of this, that are behind it all.
The effers, I call them bankers, them effers. Because I can't swear on this show because it's for family oriented. It's to talk to the family, right? That's why we can't swear. I know it's hard sometimes, and also because, you know, it goes against our rights in a way. But anyways, I don't know. There's more, Rob. This article is quite long here.
Well, no, it's very long, and it just goes on and on. No, we can't like go through it all, you know, because we've talked about it before, the Carnegie Hall Foundation in 1909, and what happened there, and there were members of Skulls and Bones back in those days that wanted this to happen.
Yeah, because we got to keep in mind that everything's a lie. The media is a lie.
It's a matrix we're living in. Systematically in place system that we're living in, a matrix, like a machine type thing.
It's not cool, man. This is not cool.
All right.
How could people, Rob? How could people be happy of living in the matrix like this? How could people?
Well, they don't know. They don't know about the matrix. They don't know what's going on. They just know what they're being taught in school, and half the stuff in history is in the history books is all lies, anyways.
No, Rob, it's not. It's that. But then again, we were taught the same thing. All us and our spectators are taught the same thing. Why did we wake up and them no? Why do they choose to be in that lifestyle? They.
Well, yeah, but we woke up. I woke up by accident. It's just an accident that happened. It wasn't supposed to be.
No, Rob, I you know what? Me, it wasn't an accident. Me, I said to myself, this is not normal. Life is not normal. This lifestyle that we're living is not normal. You cannot be content with this. Anyways, MK Ultra program, that's not us. We're not MK ultra programmed, right?
No, we're not. Satanism and psychotronic war. The U.S. also tested numerous top-secret high-tech weapons systems in the Gulf theater, while utilizing some old low-frequency favorites. When Iraqi ground forces surrendered, many of them were in a state of delirium and lethargy that could have been induced by extremely low-frequency radio waves, where the U.S. used as a weapon as early as the Vietnam conflict. So you see what happened? They're using frequency sounds to control and cause all kinds of stuff going on in your brain.
Well,
Electronic stimulation, my friend.
So that's why now I have to go out and buy aluminum foil to put on my head underneath my cap, so like that they can send brain waves to me, but it has to be not from a dollar store. It can't be aluminum paper from a dollar store. It has to be from a real aluminum. I have aluminum. Being Italian, you gotta have aluminum.
I have aluminum. But then we'll look like conspiracy theorists with a tinfoil hat. That's why they wear it. That's why. Now I figured out why they wear it. It's because of that.
Bah. Anyhow, I think we should go to the next. Oh, wait. Before I want to go to the next piece of goodie, this is what pops up. Look at this. Anton LaVey.
Anton LaVey. Yes, Anton LaVey, the founder of the Church of Satan. Well, the late Anton LaVey. What about it?
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, people need to do their research on this donkey hole.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh yeah. That church was founded in 1966, folks, and it's not something that we exactly want to prove that it exists, you know, but it does exist, you know, and that's the problem with the Church of Satan. It's not something that we want to advocate over here, but it does exist. And don't forget, there's also the statue somewhere in the United States that they want to put the statue of Satan there, and people are saying, oh, it's freedom, let the statue be there. But hell, I know about freedom, but now they're going to say the Satanists have their rights too, but I find it ridiculous. What about you, Mario?
No, yeah, everybody gets their rights, but you know who doesn't get their rights? Us, conspiracy theorists. How come we don't get our rights? Why do we have to be looking like idiots and fools out there? Why don't we get our rights? We deserve our rights. You know?
Yeah, we do.
You have to understand that. That's how I look at things.
Bah, everybody has their rights. But they're making even evil things. People that do evil things have their rights.
Anyhow, on to the next goodie over here. I did this article over here. This goodie over here is too deep, you know?
Yeah.
I just saw Henry Kissinger popping up, and I had to, like, you know, go to the next thing that's popping up here soon. Soon it'll be popping up.
Censored.
Yeah, that's what I was this week. People are trying to censor me on conspiracy, telling people to.
They always try to do that all the time. If it's not you, it's me. And this week they got more on your case than on mine. But what is the New World Order? Agenda 21 and its origins, and who? Agenda 21 is evil, as we can see right there. Agenda 21, the main aim of Agenda 21 is to control the world, not just the United States, and reduce human population and have total world control to all countries, giving away their control to the United Nations. It is extended part of the master plan originally designed by Adolf Hitler for United Europe and taken and expanded upon by the elite for the New World Order. You will have no rights, no control, no freedom. Your internet and life will be under constant watch. Food production seeds and the growing of any food will be controlled by Monsanto via the UN, the government and police, and any agency will have complete access to all your personal information. Don't they have that already? The rolling out of smart meters and cheap Android phones are classic examples of this. Android phones are the next best thing to a chip implant, allowing complete access to all your personal information. This can be avoided using an Android phone, but it's not easy. While smart meters allow the government to tell what appliances you have, what time you eat, sleep, shower, and go to the washroom. Sorry to be blunt, but do you want that? That's very interesting about what they say here about the Android phones, Mario.
Yeah, and here we are. We're practically married to an Android phone, right?
Yeah, I know, and it's something that sometimes I just want to get rid of. Too much tracking, too much people like asking us asking us like where we are, what you're doing. You know, too much, too much. It's no good to always be available.
You know, the only thing our Android phones doesn't do is give us exactly what I highlighted, doggy doodle.
I know, and people have to realize that we are being tracked. You know.
Like my good Mexican friends say, chit, chit. You know, chit. Anyhow, sorry, I'm getting carried away there.
I was getting carried away. The madman is getting carried away. I think you need your coffee.
Yeah, I'm turning red too.
I don't know. I don't see you, but perhaps you are turning red.
Anyhow, getting back to
Now, don't worry about Agenda 21. All right, are you able to go down and scroll a bit?
I'm scrolling on down.
All right, and over here there's a few links for you people that want to see more about Agenda 21. Right here.
But only read it after you look at our show.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because we put the information out there and the links and the evidence. Because sometimes people think we make it up. You know that, eh, Mario?
Yeah, everybody thinks, oh, where's the proof? Everybody wants to know the freaking proof. They're looking at it. It's not good enough. We have to see the proof. And even if we show you the proof, it's not good enough.
They don't believe it.
No. They have to, if I tell them, look, there's stars in the sky. No, I want to see the proof. I want to go to a star. Mom, look at the sky. There's stars in the freaking sky.
And here's the next, right here, we see the little diagram right there. It's the Illuminati, an elephant. It's the Masons, socialists. It's the reptilians. Everybody blaming everybody.
Yeah, I know. Everybody takes the blame but themselves.
Exactly.
Why don't they take their own, look at themselves?
I know. Exactly. That's what the Illuminati is good for, to blame people on other people.
Yeah.
Rothschild Family Conspiracy Documentary. That's another article that's right there. If you guys want to, you could read it. I mean, you could go to it later on.
Yeah, the video is coming up right there. Rothschild Family Conspiracy.
And look at that castle. Do you want to go in that castle?
No. Because you know why I don't want to go into the castle?
Why?
You know why I don't want to go in the castle?
I know why.
Because I don't want my castle to be here on Earth. I want my castle to be up in the heavens.
No, yeah, I know that. Me too. But I'm saying, would you want to go in this castle? I wouldn't, because there's all kinds of sacrifices going on in there.
Yeah, they're probably doing child sacrifice and playing with Ouija boards all day long and trying to contact evil spirits.
Exactly.
There's a secret society.
Secret societies and flying saucers, and like I said last week's show, people say, "Why you talk about UFOs and secret societies?" It's all like a puzzle. It all mixes into one thing to another.
Yeah, it's all reverse engineering. You know that, and this is the Jews' world order proof of right there.
Right here, yeah, exactly, right there. And there it is, right there, all the people that talk about the new Jew world order. That's another piece of information right here. that just goes on. And there's Tony Blair.
Alex
Jones, the day he told the truth about Jews in government. Yeah, I've seen this video about Alex Jones, and he was talking about it, and he says he does not work for the Jews, he works for himself.
Just like here on MnRTV Live Show, we're not media controlled, we control ourselves.
We can barely control ourselves too, that's for sure.
Because we always have these people interrupting us everywhere.
Exactly. We're always getting interrupted.
I don't know. Is there more on this long piece of?
Well, there's a lot. Agenda 21. You know, this is a good article for the NWO that want to look about terror camps and Agenda 21, FEMA camps 80% depopulation, FEMA camp coffins investigated.
There's all kinds of videos. This is non-stop here, and people say we do long videos. So look at these. Look at this website over here. It has nothing but long videos. You know, it has lots of videos.
It's a goodie. It's a gem of a website for people that are just starting to research the New World Order and what they have when they want a totalitarian social state, the globalization agenda for a New World Order.
We are the 99%, right?
Yeah, and they are the 1%, and the 99% are being controlled by the 1%.
But we're waking up the other 99% because the other 99% are too busy running after their usual things day and night, and they know who they are, and they know who they were because they were 99%. Well, they still are 99%, but they know that they're 99%.
And that's why I say, share once this video's up, share it, folks. Share it with everybody. Just, you know, share the video like that. We can get the word out.
But it's very important to get the word out. Look at this one, Rob. I had to pause it. Look at this. Your favorite person.
The eugenics. Bill Gates exposing depopulation plans for Agenda 21. He's pro-vaccines, and he funds the vaccines that they make for all kinds of diseases and illnesses.
Him doing Windows 98, all the Windows, I should say 98, 95, 3.1, that wasn't good enough for him. No, now, you know what, now I made them happy with the computers, now I'm going to depopulate these.
But before he did that, he made the computers like that. They can use the computers to monitor and control us and get us hooked to these computers, and we're being watched. So his part is done now, because his job, his aim was to get a computer in every household in America. So with tablets now and phones and whatever, it's pretty much well done. So now he's working on his next part of the Agenda 21, which is depopulation through vaccines.
And you know, I've seen this week, you know what they want to do? Never mind. They're just as bad as Google. They want to get the watches, the Windows watches. So now they're really track us down wherever we go.
I know, eh?
But you know what? There's a little price that he has to pay, because that Windows phone, I mean not the Windows phone, but the Windows watch, it's probably going to crash a couple times here and there. So they won't be able to track us down. It's like right on the behind.
Exactly. Depopulation vaccine talks about the link between mass vaccinations and the spread of man-made viruses.
Man-made viruses. No wonder these viruses aren't effective enough, because it's man-made. Everything that's made by man isn't perfect. Will never be perfect.
Only the Lord Jesus Christ is perfect.
Yeah, he was the most perfectest person to walk the earth right after Adam fell.
Exactly, for sure. Virus-proof lab-made swine and avian flu could mutate. Yeah. Well, I think that's it for this article here. I mean, I don't see anything more. Iron Mountain blueprint for tyranny, you know?
It's like it's quite long. We haven't got all night, because I'm sure people out there, you know, are going to say, man, these guys, they never stop. Yeah, but we can stop. You know, that's the thing. We're on a plateau here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Goody.
From Skeptoid, Agenda 21, Death by Sustainability. It's Friday night in 2012 and you've had a long, hard day. Your job of stabbing codes on malaria pills bound for developing countries is unsatisfying, but until a position in another section becomes open and assuming you passed the mirrored fairness test for it. Where are you? Where you are. Right now, all you want is to be in your home unit, off the clock, and enjoying dinner paste number 7. Real meat flavoring is a weekend treat. After all, the electric bus drops you off on building 844 in downtown zone G12. You walk in and notice it right away. The light in the bathroom, you left it on. Panic grips you as you turn to turn it off. Maybe they did notice, maybe they don't know. Then you hear a knock on the door. They know. 4 blue helmets stand there, armed to the teeth. One of them hands you a slip of onion skin read, citation 36H53, left bathroom light on during work shift. And without a word, you go with them. There's no need to pack and no point in protesting. By nightfall, you'll be farming wind at work camp 100 miles outside of the city, and nobody will say a word about the new code stamp at the factory on Monday because they don't want to be next. And in the North American continent's fear, anyone can be next. This horrifying vision of an Orwellian nightmare future is what fringe authors, conspiracy theorists, and an increasing number of political extremists in the United States think awaits us if Agenda 21, the United Nations' nefarious plan for world domination through social engineering at the local level, is fully implemented. Under its myriad law penalties and dictates, the entire American way of life will be subservient and destroyed, replaced by urban serfdom and smart growth. Citizens will be crammed into citywide stack-em and pack-em towers located in urban human habitation zones with public transportations requiring urban growth ban, personal choice to abolish freedoms to travel, restricted family planning, mandated and environmental impact put before human happiness. Countries will be abolished and freedom will be a relic. Now, isn't this scary, Mario? If you leave the light on, they'll come and get you after your work.
The only thing missing on what you just read here was a scary music, you know, like one of those theme songs from one of those Freddie the Mercury or what's his other Elm Street on Night Street there. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about.
Or even worse, the Exorcist team.
One of those teams. That's what was missing there. I was like, man, another bit more. Where's my teddy bear?
Did you like the way I was saying it with the voice?
Yeah, there's more. What are you trying to do? You're going to be putting our viewers in nightmares already. These guys don't want to be scared.
Yeah, well, Halloween's just around the corner.
Yeah, Satan's Day. Let's not forget.
Yeah, so there's the Earth Summit Agenda 21 right there, and it was made developed in 1992 and signed by 178 countries, including the U.S.
Well, of course, the U.S. always has to sign these things. I bet you they don't even know what the hell they're signing.
Well, it's a secret plan for world population and domination, and they put all a nice little packaging right there. Yes, it's nice, take it. An entire document of over 300 pages long. It's split into 4 sections, and who wants to read it all? You know. And it's also available online, this book, in a variety of languages, putting all nice and neat for you to look at and read and think it's something good, but it's the most evil plan going on.
Well, they're always up to something evil. They cannot be doing anything good. There's no such thing as good to them all. It's good for them, but it's not good for us. But who cares about us, right? Because we're the little man. We're the little people. We're not important.
Exactly, oh, for sure. You know, there's a list of what they want to do right here. And Agenda 21 is very, very bad because they want to control the food, poison the air, poison the airwaves. It just goes on and on and on, and it's not something that we advocate here because we do not want a one-world government controlled by these tyrants, satanic people, psychopaths that are promoting and pushing the Agenda 21.
How to stop the Agenda 21? Now that's a big question. We all have to keep watching the MnRTV Live Show. and talking about it, right? Because talking is the biggest thing.
At least get the word out so that people can actually listen on, and they can expose it. Because that's the name of the game. You have to expose it, folks. Share these videos and talk to people about it. I know some people might say, you guys are nutcases and everything, but it's better that at least and one day, you know, even if some people say, oh, you guys are crazy, one day if they hear it from somewhere else, they go, I heard of this before. Maybe there's something into all of this. Maybe I should look into it. These guys maybe were right, and then they'll realize we were right to begin with.
Or maybe they could be dreaming this.
Exactly, because the UN has a plan to eradicate the meddling of influence of human beings by killing billions of us. So is Agenda 21 a roadmap to the future or blueprint for tyranny? Read the document and judge for yourself. But realize those railing against it have an agenda on their own, and it's likely to be based on nothing more than misinformation and fear. No. This is not only fear, this is true. They have a plan, and that's been working into motions of Agenda 21 for a long, long time, folks. It's not something new.
Way before we were born?
Oh yeah, way before. And now with the computers, it makes it a lot easier for them to do this.
Track us down. The next piece of work.
Yeah, and this I had sent you the link, and they had taken it down. Do you remember?
Yes, you sent me 2 links actually. Wonder why.
And they took it down because they don't want us to reveal this. Agenda 21 revealed, you need to know this. And there's a logo of Agenda 21 right there with the all-seeing eye, the pyramid. Agenda 21 is a major tool of the New World Order conceived in '92 in Rio de Janeiro at the Earth Summit. Its original name, Sustainable Development, began in 1987 when Groen Harlan Brundtland, VIP of the World Socialist Party, heavily promoted to the public as the salvation for this planet and every human being. It is anything but that. It needs to be revealed in no uncertain terms, so you know what it truly is. By putting this data out, I might be labeled a prominent member of the lunatic fringe, but I believe we have an ethical obligation to present truth as we see it. If I'm wrong, well, I'll be embarrassed, but then I'll be relieved because maybe this insanity won't happen after all. And like I said previously, 178 nations signed the document. President Bush signed it later for the U.S., and President Clinton signed an executive order basically demanding compliance forms every state community with the goals and plans of Agenda 21. Of course, all the presidents signed it. What they do, folks, is they sign more and more executive orders as each president goes, and I'm sure that the current president, Obama, signed a lot more.
Obama. Man, this guy, what is he good for?
Signing away the rights and civil liberties of everybody in the United Nations. That's what he's good for. But don't you agree?
He'll be back another couple of terms.
Who?
Obama.
Well, actually, he can't.
Hey, with him, everything is possible.
You're not allowed to 2 terms unless something does happen.
I'm sure he'll be back. Wouldn't surprise me.
Or somebody just as bad will be put in his place. That's for sure.
Is there anything else on this? You know?
Yeah, Agenda 21's logo centers around 3 logos which represent ease. The first one is equity, which equals law to change justice from social to equal. The idea of precautionary principle means one is not allowed to harm anything, even small animals, and in one's own property. The second one is economy, which will replace free enterprise with public-private partnerships. In other words, as Hitler called fascism. The third is environmental, which basically puts nature above man. The main focus of Agenda 21 is to take control of the land, because they can control any human activity. The third is control over a great reduction of population. Whoever is left and will be congregated into those crowd communities of high risers. Now that's about it for this big piece of information here, but it's something else for people that want to go more deeply into this.
Yeah, I see. That's pretty hefty. No, that was a pretty hefty article or news bit, right?
It was bad. It was gone from the internet.
Must mean that it's real, so people should take that into considerations.
We were lucky. We were able to get it down.
The next one is from Before It's News and Lisa Haven.
Yes, Lisa Haven, who appeared on our show, is a great contributor and a friend of ours. Read it. Will be removed. Proof. Bill Gates is linked to Ebola as it hits Dallas, Texas. Global depopulation now in the trust as funeral homes and hospitals prepare for the masses. Life-altering video. Yes, folks. Bill Gates is linked to Ebola in more ways than one. We knew it was coming, likely here, but the mainstream media has finally admitted its arrival. The fact aside, I also came into some breaking information of Ebola and proof that the entire thing is not only man-engineered as a bioweapon, but also the people who are behind it. Bill Gates and George Soros, two elite globalists whose desires to depopulate the earth to 500 million persons and who will attempt to do so using the Ebola virus as their weapon. Now we have proof. I must warn you, the information contained in the video below will rock your world and is likely to be removed by the elites themselves, so please proceed with caution. And as I see the video, and it's something else, you know, what they want to do with this Ebola, which is, Ebola is part of Agenda 21, a very, very evil plan. And there's the video right there.
20 minutes long.
Yeah, exactly. So for folks that want to see it. And as we stated before, Prince Philip, who's the Queen's husband, always said, if I were reincarnated, I would wish to be returned to the earth as a killer virus to lower human population. And we have here the elites. Henry Kissinger, depopulation should be the highest priority of U.S. foreign policies towards the third world. And that's in Africa. And what's in Africa? Ebola.
And lots of minerals and diamonds, and that's why they're in Africa. We have to remind people out there.
Yeah, if Henry Kissinger wants to start with depopulation, why doesn't he start with himself?
Yeah, why doesn't he depopulate himself? It's a good idea. Why don't we got to tell him this? Let's see if he takes it lightly or what he thinks about it.
Exactly. You know, and here they're talking about cancer and the population bomb. And here we have a nice picture of the eugenics Bill Gates. Those red eyes sure suit him. And I'm sure that his eyes are like that when we talk about him and we use his Windows PCs and turn it against him.
Yeah, he does look scary. Just keep looking at those eyes, and no, don't look at those eyes. You don't want to get spooked out. It might just ruin your night.
It will. It certainly would. Oh yeah, for sure.
You don't want that.
Oh yeah, I know, eh?
Sticking to Before It's News.
Another article, Home Agenda 21 right there. We could see it up there. It says Agenda 21. Ebola outbreak planned years ago. What do you think the millions of coffin liners are for? Right there. And as we go down this article, this is a recent article of this month, obviously. And the Ebola outbreak has been planned years ago. What do you think the coffin liners are for? And are you able to go down?
Yes, I am. Sure I am. Just going to take time, but it happens. You know, it gets there. Look.
And look, yeah, these are found in the USA as far back as 2008. The coffin lines right there. There's a great video on it. And here it is. An award-winning Texas scientist was given a standing ovation after he advocated the extermination of 90% of the Earth's population by an airborne Ebola virus. Pianka had begun his speech by condemning anthropocism, or the idea that human race occupies a privileged position in nature. He exclaimed, "We're no better than bacteria." He argued that the sharp increase in the human population since the onset of industrialization was destroying the planet. He warned that Earth would not survive unless its human population was reduced to a tenth of its present number. He then offered drastic solutions, accompanying his remarks with a side depiction of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Nice man right there, eh? War and famine were insufficient for solving global overpopulation, he explained. Instead, disease was far more efficient and swift. At this point, Bianca displayed a side showing rows of human skulls. AIDS took too long to kill off people, he explained. His preferred method of exterminating over 5 billion humans was via airborne Ebola. Ebola arrested, Mario. That's another type. That's even worse. Airborne Ebola. Ebola arrested. Because it is a highly lethal and kills its victims in days rather than years.
Where is that? Is it coming out soon?
It's out already. I read about Ebola arrested about a month ago. And he made a speech and everyone was clapping about this. Laughing. Because Ebola, what Ebola does, this restin, it liquefies the internal organs in a matter of days. I don't know how people could be happy with this.
Well, that's it for that. Yeah, I don't think that there's more for that.
No.
Very interesting.
Yeah, so it was planned years ago. Ebola was.
People think it just came out now, you know?
Exactly.
Well, it hasn't come out now. It's been around for quite some time. Here's the next one.
What does Agenda 21 have to do with GMOs and poisoned food? Many people are starting to read the grim writing upon the wall in terms of Agenda 21. What it has done and has been doing any functional progress. There is a reason that America grew its ways that the world has hardly seen prior, and in turn why it is not growing in such a way now. There is a reason why the Gilded Age saw riches pouring into the nation's industry boom, and a reason why today the Third World has all of the industry as their citizens toil for slave wage. The reason is largely called Agenda 21, the dreadful path chosen for us by the United Nations CFR, ultimately our leaders. Under Agenda 21, America has lost industry progress and employment in numbers never envisioned in our grandparents' worst nightmares of losing even World War II. Well, Agenda 21 is the total nonsense. What they want to do is growing poison food supplies, toxins involved, and they want us to ingest all this toxins that they put in the chemicals of the food.
Slowly killing us off.
Soft kill, yes, a soft kill. That's what they're doing, a soft kill way. And then what happens? What happens? There's many gastrointestinal dilemmas that happen because of this. And GMOs have been linked to cancer, autoimmune issues, and just about every other unwanted health scenario. And this happens in the United Kingdom and Canada. And it yellow number 5 and number 6 is found in many craft products such as mac and cheese. It's also going to lead to cancer. So that's the what do you call those things? The cheese that people like, Kraft Dinner, right?
Yeah, but Rob, wait a minute. Banned in both. It was banned both in Canada and United Kingdom.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, my friend. And the Kraft products, Kraft Mac products, the cheese that's in it's yellow, and right here it says yellow poisons are used also in shampoo and cereal on a regular basis. So you're using what they're putting in the Kraft cheese, they're also putting in shampoos, and people are eating this.
Well, it's processed, Rob. It's processed cheese, so.
No. BHA causes awful cancers, as Kellogg's, Post, and Quaker serve up each serving of cereal. What, Mario?
That's what they like to put in the cheeseburgers.
Exactly. And also what they're drinking, GMOs. today's pop. It's also injected into spray and sodas and God knows what else. That's why no wonder people are sick, and it leads to all kinds of illnesses, cancers, diabetes, sugar, corn syrup, and fruit cornstarch, which is really disgusting.
Well, Coke, we know what we can do with that. We use that. I use that as a chemical to clean off rust. People don't know you have rust. You just pour Coke on it and make it sit there, and then just take a piece of sponge, like SpongeBob SquarePants, SpongeBob. You know what I'm talking about, and just
the yellow character, yes.
And just rub it on, and it will come off the rust. It's always good to know. I guess that's it for that piece of article.
Yes, it is.
That was interesting also.
Hey, yeah, it was great information right there that we found for you folks out there that want to know about Agenda 21. Monsanto Agenda 21 globalization.
I'm trying to get something on the side off, but it seems like it won't go. And
I know. Monsanto, among many other powerful corporations in America, is known for its hypocritical business model, its glorious past from helping to build the first atomic bomb. Monsanto helped the first atomic bomb, poisoning and more than 5 million Vietnamese with Agent Orange, which resulted in 400,000 deaths and disabilities. The so-called World Business Council for Sustainable Development, pursuing the United Nations so-called Agenda 21. The so-called Agenda 21 is an environmental program on sustainable climate and environment. Besides, the agenda is being used for pesticides and chemicals. The critics of Agenda 21, however, have further expressed their concerns that global sustainability is only a labor for centralizing power in the UN and make the richest 1% even richer at the expense of individual freedom, private property, and social and national sovereignty of nations. And there we can see the diagram right there that Monsanto is growing. Now look at the growing. Poisons.
Poisons from seeds that you need to buy their special earth to put the seeds in, you know? And the water that comes with it.
Exactly. Yeah, we see it right there, yeah. It's just the way it's happening by doing this, they're forcing people to take the poison, pay the poison, get sick, pay to go to hospital, pay to get the illness, the medicines. Then you get a little better, and then the whole cycle starts. And then when you die, they want you to pay for the funeral. So you're always paying. You're paying to die. And there it is right there, global sustainability. And how the GMOs and caveman, how it all ties into this. Very funny article. Very, very, very.
GMO Monsanto.
Right there, yeah, exactly.
And there's all kinds of stuff here, but it's almost done.
Exactly. Look younger and feel energetic by getting toxins out of your body. Discover the power of herbal extracts. It'd be good to get ourselves detoxified from all this chemical. But soon I bet you anywhere on Earth is already full of pollutions and pollutants everywhere.
Well, that's all this world is about. It's about pollutions, pollutants, and pollutions.
Exactly.
And then last but not least,
article of the evening, humanitarian intervention or depopulation agenda or both. On the 24th of April 1974, the U.S. Secretary under George Bush Sr., depopulation should be the highest priority of foreign policy towards the third world. Juxtaposed with Ghanaian Nana core memes, allegations that people started dying only after the Red Cross vaccination is certainly food for thought, especially when he goes on to say that Ebola is a CIA invention that allows Western troops on African soil. Ebola is, incidentally, is a genotype weapon that is designed to kill only blacks, and the vaccine serum only works on white people, central of disease control. In the meantime, U.S. is to send 3,600 troops to Africa. Can a virus be killed with guns or drones? That's what I don't get. Why are they sending troops over there to kill a virus? It's not like the virus is some kind of creature that you have to kill.
Rob, we know why they're there. They're there to collect diamonds and minerals. That's why they're there.
And oil.
No, yeah, whatever. Africa's full of that stuff.
Depopulation as a foreign policy by the West has taken place through use of depleted uranium, Agent Orange, armed conflict, and setting race, tribes, sex against each other, as well as the use of bioweapons in the form of AIDS. And the latest, not surprisingly, is Ebola. Wherever there is oil, gas, or whatever assets that the conglomerates that rule the world wish to get their hands on, a government would be allowed troops to land, occupy, and take over the assets. It's happened in Iraq, it happened in Afghanistan, it's happened in Kosovo, it happened in Libya, it's happened in Haiti, it happened in scores of African countries, and is unlikely to abate. The U.S. has mastered the art of manipulating the media that is owned and controlled. The American public, unfortunately, has become gullible to the lies of the American government. Sandy Hook, a hoax meant to undermine the Second Amendment. Boston bombing, a hoax. The downing of a Malaysian planes in Ukraine was blamed on a pro-Russian force used to distract Israel's invasion of Palestine. ISIS was created by the U.S., Israel, Saudi Arabia against further agendas. A coercion group was claimed by U.S. a threat to the U.S. What happened to Boko Haram during Ebola? Of course, the virus will enter white lands and white people will catch the virus, but no whites are likely to die from Ebola. But the scare is sufficient for American publics to allow the U.S. government and troops, as they likely were there so long nothing happens. It's the same story being repeated over and over. The lies never seem to end. Central Disease Control U.S. early tests of an experimental drug which will effectively combat the spread of Ebola has proven successful only those with white skin. I didn't know that. Did you?
No.
Ebola came into picture in 1976 in the Democratic Republic of Congo and has killed at least less than 40 in 40 years. And suddenly over now there's 4,000 that are dead. It's true. When you think of it, before that there was only a few. Now that it's all of a sudden 4,000 that's dead.
Well, that's what they're saying. The media. I don't know if we can believe them.
Exactly, because I've seen people saying in Africa that there's no such thing as Ebola. It's just a scare tactic. And it's something really, they're doing really well, folks, to do this, trying to scare everybody. And of course the CIA funded ISIS and Al-Qaeda, which is why Ebola is only in West Africa, Nigeria, Libya, and Sierra Leone. And Nigeria is full of oil. Sierra Leone is the world's largest supplier of diamonds. And Ebola has killed more than 4,400 people with more than 8,000 documented cases. Nearly all of them in West Africa. Pretty good article right there, and 7 billion people with a depopulation agenda is meant to bring down the population of a controllable 500 million, whereas democracy will be 2 types, the rulers and the rule. The lies just never stop coming. Which is true, folks. That's what's happening. I mean, people like Prince Philip, Bill Gates, Ted Turner, the Club of Rome, the Bilderbergs, and the New York Times, they hug. They want this to happen. they play into the Agenda 21. And everything's a lie, like you said, right, Mario?
Everything is a lie, but that's it for that article.
Yeah, exactly. And this brings us to a close to our show tonight. So we hope you've enjoyed our show and know what Agenda 21 is all about. Something that's not something good at all. It's something that's evil beyond belief, folks. I mean, just stay away from Agenda 21 and tell people that don't know what Agenda 21 is.
No, you got to. But that's it for this show this week. Rob, you have anything else to add?
No, I don't have anything else to add. Just we'll be keeping a close watch on such stuff as Ebola, ISIS, what's happened today in the nation's capital, Ottawa, in Canada, and what else is to come. But it's a hell of a year so far, 2014, and we want to thank you guys for coming on the show. And when the show is recorded, please share it, folks. Share it and talk about it, and let's get the word out and. Just get the word out that we are the 99%, that we can overtake the 1% that control everything and everyone.
All right, that's it. We'll be looking for you guys, looking for us next week on next week's show. Thank you for watching, and we'll be back next week if nothing bad happens to us. Hopefully
God
nothing.
bless you all. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good night. Bye. As we march on out.
Yes.